Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Bream Fishing Project. This round is the Action Fishing Tournament's Pittwater round, which was held on the 23rd of March, 2025. This was a great little comp. I attended this one, and let's just say I had a really interesting day. I'm going to wait till the end of the interviews and tell you what happened to me. It was something that had never happened. But anyway, there was something to be learnt from that. Anyway, great little comp. I'm going to roll the intros and we're going to get straight into it. Here we go.
Welcome to the Bream Fishing Project. This is where you need to be every Tuesday to find out all the latest tips and tricks to help you target bream on lures. You'll get to hear from some of Australia's elite bream competition anglers and see how they were able to achieve their results in competitions around the country. Now, here is your host, the 2019 Hobie Kayak Fishing World Champion, Andrew Deeth.
All right. So as I record this, there's a lot going on. I'm doing a lot of interviews. I've spoken to the guys from New South Wales Tournament Series. We've got ABT Tweed River. I can't wait for that. It's coming up soon, and there's going to be a showdown between the two marks. That is going to be very cool. I'm midway through recording the Glenelg River round out of the Vic Bream Classics. There's heaps going on, and I think I'm going to look and see if I can do an extra show on Thursday out of Western Australia. So there's a little bit coming on there. It was supposed to be today, but it's not going to be the one for today. Anyway, like I said, great little round up there at Pittwater. I'm going to tell you my experience at the end. I'll let the place getters tell you how they went. Anyway, let's run through all the stats. So in the fish activity, just 15. The major bite periods, it was at 6:30 a.m. it looks like, through to 8:43. Low tide was at 10:32 at 0.42 and high tide at 4:35 p.m. at 1.05. Anyway, here are the place getters, starting with Nelson. Here we go. All right, so first up in third place, we have an angler dropping 3 fish measuring 35, 31 and 31.5, giving him a total of 97.5. And in third place, I've got Nelson Grillo. Welcome to the show, mate.
Thanks, Andrew. It's a pleasure being on.
Mate, mate, in a tough day, catching 3 fish is good for anyone, but mate, you've caught a couple of good ones there.
Yeah, got a few. I got a few there, actually. A few for a first comp. I can't complain with that. So, yeah, the goal was just to sort of get a bag, and I got the bag, I guess.
100%, mate. And we were going to talk about that. In your first comp, tell us about what kind of brought you over to come and fish a comp.
It was actually Jose that sort of motivated me or pushed me along, really, to get me to start fishing comps. He sort of touched base with me through one of the other pages on socials, and we started chatting away, and he's like, oh, why don't you start doing bream comps? And which I never really started doing bream fishing, I guess, only until Christmas time.
Okay.
I thought to myself, you know what, I've got a yak. Why not just start honing on one species and start, what do you call it, perfecting that, I guess, or try to perfect it.
Yeah, yeah. And prior to that, what were you fishing for?
Prior to that was just mainly flathead, mulloway, snapper, pelagics on the yak and also on the boat. So, and a lot of land-based stuff too. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think long-term all that stuff helps. Like all the more varied species, you learn a little bit here, a little bit there, and sometimes there's an important crossover. It can be good training.
Yeah, it was definitely, well, I'm still learning now, but at the start of just trying to target bream, it was quite, you had to change your techniques compared to chasing the other species. So
definitely,
it's a bit of a different ball game, and yeah, I'm sort of learning that quick, I think.
Definitely. And the fun thing about bream is when you think you've got them all sorted out and you go, yep, I've got this, tomorrow you won't catch them.
You don't. You definitely don't.
It's like, I don't know why we keep trying.
I think that's what keeps us going, is trying to better yourself. And again, like you're saying, is you think you've mastered it and you've perfected it and you've worked them all out, and they've just thrown a curveball at you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, I've worked this out. Why aren't you doing what you're supposed to be doing? And you just try and you're pretty much starting all over again and work them out again. So, which makes it really fun and exciting, I guess.
Exactly. I mean, the best thing you can do to not catch any fish is take out your mate, tell him you've been smashing them, and then take out a mate and say, we'll go and get some. Guaranteed, mate, you'll get nothing.
I guess that's why probably half the time I just fish on my own on the yak. So I have to deal with my own problems.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, mate. Tell me, you didn't get a chance to have a pre-fish, but tell me what you did to prepare for the comp.
I've never fished this particular area before. So there was no pre-fish or anything like that. Pretty much just Google Maps, just looking at the surrounds, seeing what structure there is. I knew there would be a lot of boats and pontoons to work off.
Mm-hmm.
The small tide, I guess, the low tide that we've had in the morning, pontoons wasn't going to be a thing for me.
Yeah.
So, but not knowing the area, wasn't sure if those pontoons will sit in sort of deeper water or just on really sandy banks or not. So
I'll tell you a trick for that. If you look at pontoons and you've got long pontoons with big walkways, they're always on shallow water. If they've got short walkways, they're in deep water.
Okay.
So
keep that in mind for the next one.
Yeah. Sorry to cut you off there. So you basically had an idea to do boats and pontoons, I guess?
Yeah, that was the idea. I did see that there were a few sandy banks with weed edges and stuff like that, but seeing that the tide was a low tide in the morning, I thought to myself that wasn't going to work for me.
Mm.
So pretty much boats were my go-to,
mm-hmm.
and hoping they were there on the boats.
Yeah.
That was my plan A. Plan B were pontoons if there was enough water at them. That was plan B. And just C, D, and E were just go with the flow. That was it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we get into the fishing, how were your nerves? How were you feeling leading into competition morning? Apart from having we spoke before, you had a bit of a life jacket mishap before you left home.
Yeah, and the ticket machine. So that pretty nervous, to be honest, and excited at the same time.
Yeah.
Nervous at seeing some of the people that were there, not knowing them personally, but knowing them by name, I guess.
Yeah.
And seeing them on socials and other events that obviously that I follow through and I see them there attending and stuff like that. So obviously they've been around the trap long enough to know what's happening. And so it was nerve-wracking, but at the same time sort of excited to sort of be around them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was pretty pumped to be honest. I was pretty pumped.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was excited for the day to come.
Yeah. Yeah, very good. And look, for the listeners, we had a false start. The technology broke on us. So we've done half of this interview before. So tell us, you had a problem with the ticket machine and where that leave you in starting lineup?
Yeah, I was the last one to launch off the beach. Yeah, pretty much. So everyone left me, thanks, which was probably a blessing. That was probably a blessing because it just allowed me to sort of calm my nerves and just take in the moment and continue with what I planned out for the day, not follow what everyone was going to do and see where they're going and get sort of caught up with who's doing where and who's going what and, everyone's going that way or that way. It just allowed me to stick to my plans and fish my day the way that I wanted to fish. So
perfect.
It was sort of perfect in a way.
Good. All right. Well, let's get down to the fishing. Tell us about how you went.
Was pretty slow, to be honest, the whole day in general. So pretty much just kicked off trying to look for them under the boat holes straight away.
Mm-hmm.
I was noticing that majority of the boats through there were all clean. There was no growth or minimal growth under them. I couldn't really see anything for the first half an hour, probably for the first K or so through the boats.
Okay.
As we were coming out from launch. So automatically my head's just gone, plan B.
Yeah.
Find the nearest pontoon and hopefully there's enough water under it and just just throw a crab at it. I'm like, if I'm going to get something now, I need to get something now.
Yep.
To sort of get off the donuts and get my first one on the board, or else there's going to be, it might be a while before I get my first one. So I just wanted to crack my first one.
Yep.
To just calm the nerves yeah, so that was it. Just paddle straight back to a pontoon. Threw a crab. First pontoon I get to, throw the crab in, gets picked up.
Yeah.
I'm in struggle street.
Okay.
He's trying to get me under 3-4 times under this pontoon. And eventually I get it out, get it in the net. And I've noticed that the crab's got straight and split rings on it.
Right.
So one of the hooks still lodged in its, and the other bit of the crab's on top of its head. So
wow.
yeah, I was very lucky to get that 35. So that was the 35.
What was your leader?
I had 6 pound on. So my leader was good.
Yeah, but
Leader was good. Yeah.
the 6 pound leader, you've opened up split rings. That's unusual.
Yeah. He was giving me some hard time. He just kept going under that pontoon and trying to get me under.
Wow.
Eventually wrestled it out. Yeah, ended up with a straight and split ring off a crab, which hasn't happened to me before.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's why I asked, because straightening a split ring is not, it happens, but it doesn't happen all the time.
Yeah. It was a brand new crab too, out of the box. So
there you go.
yeah, so that was exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, very good. But nerves, you got to take a photo, so that was good.
That was good. That was the monkey off the back.
Yep.
Getting the first one.
No donuts.
And no donuts.
Yep.
Yeah, that sort of calmed everything down. So it sort of relaxed me. I got a bit nervous seeing that there was nothing under those boats. So I got really nervous.
Yep.
I'm going, okay, today's going to be a really slow day if they're not under these boats. So I'm going to really struggle not knowing the area. So I don't know what I'm doing. So I was really, really glad about that first one. And I think that happened at 7:30 or something like that.
Okay.
So it was
nice
really
and early.
Really quick and really early for me. Yeah. So that was good.
Very good.
It didn't drag. So I was happy.
7:30 is great. All right. Tell us how you went about getting a couple more.
So pretty much after that one, I went, okay, they're on the pontoons. I just went, okay, they're on the pontoon. So the last 2 that was sort of there on that same stretch, went to one of the marinas. So I did a couple of poles, nothing there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, let's just keep going with my plan and keep following that route that I sort of set myself to. So from there, I cross over. I'm wanting to cross over to Scotland Island. Is that it?
Yep, that's Scotland Island.
Yep. So thinking that that's where probably a lot of the people went, which I didn't really see at the start
because you
didn't see everyone leave.
Yeah.
So I was going through some of the boats, and I'm looking under the boat still as I'm trying to get to the main bit of the channel, and I come across the dirtiest boat that I saw.
Right.
Had a lot of growth in it. It wasn't swinging in that early morning breeze.
Yeah.
And I went, okay, I'm going to crank under this boat before I cross over the channel.
Okay.
Threw out the spike.
Yep.
44, cast along the boat, cranking it through, and I'm getting hits instantly. Getting hit. I'm like, oh, they're not taking it. So I was like, oh, what's going on? So as I'm bringing it towards the front of the yak, I see a school of 10 chasing it.
Really?
Coming straight under the boat. And I'm running out of space. I'm already at the front of the yak. And all I've done was just move the rod sort of to the side. And thankfully, one's just latched on.
Nice.
So that got me the 31.
Okay. So it was a reasonable fish, which was good.
Yeah, so that was good. And I seen them under there and I went, okay, there's a school. So maybe they are back on the boats. I'm like, oh, yeah, they're back on the boats again.
Yeah.
So because this is quite a long boat, so I've hopped on to the other side of it, had a go at that one. Maybe the school might be a bit active because just the way that they followed that lure all the way out.
Yeah.
And I went, oh, maybe I might get a second bite. Usually you don't, but I said, I'll give it a go. Threw it out, nothing. I said, okay. Hopped over to the next boat. I said, if they're on this one, they're possibly on the next one. Jumped over to the next one. Same thing. Had another mob of about 6 following it. No take at this time.
Right.
I'm like, okay. Tried a couple of more boats before I crossed over. Nothing. Did manage to see 2 big kings, though, straight under the yak.
Okay.
As I was cranking.
Yep.
That was probably the highlight of the morning.
Yep. Wrong day for it, though.
Yeah. I actually thought it was a shark at the start.
Well, yeah, wrong day for that too.
Yeah. So I actually thought it was a shark, and then I seen the yellow tail, like, oh, that's a relief. That was it. So I sort of gave up on that, crossed over the channel, got onto Scotland Island. I had a couple of cranks at a few boats there that looked like they were sitting there with a little bit of growth on them. Nothing there. Looked at some of the pontoons. They're just sitting in really shallow stuff. I'm like, nah, they're definitely not there. Kept going around, probably a quarter around, trying to find some deeper pontoons. Nah, same thing. Nothing. Couple of boats, nothing again. And I was like, what's going on? Where do I go?
Yep.
I just say, you know what? Just stick to the plan. You said if there's nothing on this island, you go on to the next bay. So I crossed over into, I think it's Evelyn Bay or so. I can't remember.
Elvina,
one of
maybe.
the other side.
Elvina.
Yeah, Elvina. That sounds about right.
Yeah, so right near the mouth of the Macars Creek.
Yeah, that's it. So I said, I'll probably give that a go. There's a couple of rocky edges.
Yep.
Maybe they might be sitting on that. I'll just skip cast something through them if there's enough water through there. So I just hopped over. Same thing. Tried a couple of pontoons. Tried the rocky edges. This time I'm throwing a sprat around.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing. I turned to the crab, throwing them under the pontoons. I probably get halfway down the bay on the pontoon, and I managed a 22.5.
Okay.
So that got me my bag
Full
of
bag.
three.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, it's not the best fish, but the way the day's going, I better take a photo.
I would have taken a photo, mate.
I'm like, I better take it. So took a photo of that. I think that brought me up to about 88, 89 by that stage.
Yeah.
And that's roughly about 9:30, 10 o'clock. And I'm like, if I'm struggling, maybe a lot of people struggling.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe it's just me not knowing the area. What's that going to get me? Maybe half the field.
Yeah.
89, I'm thinking. So I'm like, I don't care. I've got a full bag. That was my goal. My goal was to get a full bag.
Yeah, which you've done. So.
Which I've done. So I was pleased at that stage. I'm like, you know what? For my first event, I'm happy. I'm very happy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just kept plodding along. Went to the end of that bay where it meets the sand, and there's a couple of weedy patches there. Did see some bream on the shallows,
right?
But not one to sort of upgrade that 22. Probably sitting at that same size.
Yeah.
There was pike, schools of pike down there, schools of garus. Tried a few boats down there. Again, they're all too clean for me.
Yeah.
Nothing under them. So then I said, okay, let's get out of this bay. Let's go to the one up now, which is Lovell Bay or something like that. Next one up.
Yeah, love it.
Go in there. Yep, same thing. Try the rocky edges as I was going in. Nothing along there. Skipping in there. Change it to a diver prawn as well. See if that might do something.
Yep.
No. Pontoons, boats, no show. So this is probably 11 o'clock now.
Yep. Close to getting back.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I got to paddle. I got to start paddling back. It's a really slow day. Nothing's happening. The tides wasn't moving anyway. It's already the bottom of the tide. There's no movement in it. So I pretty much just start paddling back, follow the same route. On the way, stop at a couple of boats. And then I thought to myself, there's only one boat I've seen fish on today.
Yep.
And I'm going straight back to that boat.
Okay.
It's been 3 hours. I'm going to try that one boat. So I start paddling back to that boat, and I see, is Jamie Dempsey?
Yep. There's a couple of Jamies, but yep.
Yeah, Dempsey, the winner, Dempsey. And he's paddling back at the same time, but he's working the boats closer towards the shoreline.
Sure.
And I'm like, oh, I need to get to this boat.
Yeah.
I'm like, this boat's sort of sitting on the outer of the main channel.
Yep.
Kind of thing. And I'm like, I really need to get to this boat if I have a chance. So I'm not even bothering with all the other boats. I'm just going for this one.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm just going. And I get to it, and sort of Jamie's down on the other boats parallel with me. And I've got to this boat, and I get the spike out. And I said, this is the only one that's got growth on it. It's the only one I've seen fish. You're my last chance.
Right.
Threw the spike in. As soon as I started cranking, bang, on.
Yep.
And got him out. I think I seen Dempsey look and then landed it. It was a 31 and a half.
Yeah, that's
31 and a half.
fish. Yeah.
So that was the upgrader I need to get a decent bag.
Fantastic.
I was stoked with that.
100%. 100%. In your first comp, to come in third place is epic. A very, very good result.
Yeah. Still excited to this day.
Definitely, as you should be.
It hasn't taken a smile off my face, to be honest. So,
yeah, no, you should be happy. It's a great result. Mate, one more thing before we move off the fishing. What sort of lines and leaders were you running for the day?
Pretty much on the spike, I was running straight through 4 pound on Yamatora.
Yamatoya?
Yep. I had that pretty much straight through using the spike. And then from the crab and skip casting, I had the Daiwa Expedition 8 pound with on the prawn and the skimp. I was running 4 pound Daiwa fluoro.
Yeah.
And on the crab, I had 6 pound Black Magic on.
Okay. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So
fantastic. Well, there you go, mate. So third place, 97.5 centimetres. What did you get to take home for coming in third?
Took 250 home.
Yeah, very nice.
Which was good, which paid for entry and the little bits and bobs.
Yeah.
So it was nice to take something home. It was just a bonus. It was
And a big check.
Yeah, and a big novelty check that's sitting up in my room at the moment.
As it should be. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Very good. All right, mate. Look, last thing before we shoot off, is there anyone you want to give a shout out to or say thank you to?
Yeah, there's probably a few actually. Firstly, my partner, Casey, for letting me attend this event and putting up with all my fishing time and effort. Just constantly talking about fishing, watching fishing videos, researching everything. So just putting up with me. Also, Adam from fishing.com.au for the last minute supplies.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, which was a very quick delivery at home, which a last minute purchase of the spike. I just had a feeling that I probably needed that for the weekend.
Yep.
So that worked out well.
Yeah.
And a big thanks to Jose Lopez too for getting me on board and sort of pushing me along to actually attend one of these events. So here's a big thank you for him. He's a top bloke and I got to give it to him.
Definitely. Oh, mate. Well, that is absolutely fantastic, mate. So I want to congratulate you once again. Thanks for coming on the show and hopefully we get to talk to you after another one of these rounds.
No, thank you. Thanks for having me, Andrew. Hopefully it won't be my last one.
Yeah,
I get to see you guys on future rounds.
100%. 100%. All right, we'll catch you at the next one.
Thank you.
All right. So up next in a second place, we have an angler dropping 3 fish measuring 37, 34 and 29.5, giving him a total of 100.5 centimetres. And second place, I'd like to welcome back to the Bream Fishing Project, Jason Reid. Welcome back, mate.
Thanks, Marty. Thank you.
Mate, I think you're on here last round.
I was there last round, yeah.
Yeah. In the first place last time.
First place that time, but yeah. Another podium.
That's it. Another podium. You just needed like 15 mil. You'd have been good to go again.
Yeah, good to go. But I was happy with the 3, the way we all fished, the way it was on yesterday.
I reckon you're right. I reckon it was a tough day. A tough day. So tell us, mate, when was the last time you fished up there?
Oh, it'd be a couple of years ago.
Yeah, okay. So not recently.
No, not recently. Yeah, it would have been well over 12 months ago. Easy.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, we went in the boat round. But yeah.
All right. So what do you do in terms of preparation? What was on your mind?
Well, on my mind was the place is full of boats, plenty of yachts and that around. And that's what I prepped everything, all my plastics and all my gear ready for boat holes.
Okay.
But yeah. So, but things changed.
Things change. You have to adapt on the fly, mate.
That's it. Yeah. So I just made my way towards car park, that direction I was heading.
Yep. Okay.
Oh yeah. And hitting all the boat holes.
Yeah. Tell us how it went.
Just heading towards car park and just looked at the boat holes, watching and it was dead. There was no movement, nothing. I was just flicking as I was moving up and it was like, no point.
Yeah.
So so I just kept pedaling up, and then got the olive cranker crab out, and had that ready to go. So, and then just hit a jetty right at the end on a point, and first cast hooked up, and got it up and lost that one.
Right.
He just lipped him. I saw him ready for the net, and had it just in the top lip, and it flew out and hit me.
Oh,
So
where did it hit you? Where did it get you?
Just straight in the ribs, straight up into the ribs.
It stuck in you?
Yeah, it stuck in. Only the shirt, didn't get me, luckily.
Fair enough.
But and then I stayed there. I went around. I think had another 2 casts, and then hooked up again, and that was the 37 I pulled out.
Okay, good start.
Yeah, so he wrapped himself around 2 of the poles. He went back under the jetty and went right around. I just flicked the bail and let him go.
Yep.
And I had the kayak backwards. The wind, I got turned it all ass about.
Okay.
So I had to turn myself around. I kept my finger on the spool and just let him run. Got myself set and went back to him and nosed into him. And I just I flicked the bail over, left the drag right out.
Yeah.
And just wound it up slowly. And when he ran, he could just run. I just let him go. I just tightened the drag up just a little bit and just kept winding and just he could go whenever he wanted. And all I could feel is it going pink, 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 like around these 2 poles. And I could see the line. He come around one. So I just kept it going, just slowly went on him and just kept it slowly. But just he could, if he wanted to go, he could take the drag. He could just go.
Yeah,
and he swam around. He come out again. And I thought, no, he's there. He's out in the open, but underneath the pontoon.
Oh.
And anyway, he come back through the 2 piers and went to there was a pontoon again to my left. And he went straight for that. And I tightened the drag up a little bit more and tried to put a bit of hurt on him so he didn't get under that. And he turned his head enough to come back out. I loosened the drag and just had it nana and just kept winding slowly and bringing him up.
Yep.
And if he goes, it's just going to pop.
Right.
And I just keep on just slow and slow. Just be patient with him. And it got him up. I could see him and he'd go down, come up.
Yep. And
I got the net out and he was buggered. He come up and he just sort of went and I just up and in. Yeah. And the leader was 6 pound FC rock. And it was toast. It was nothing. Like I snapped it with my hand, just popped. I had 2.5 rod lengths on and the whole thing was frayed all the way to braid.
Wow.
It was pigtails. So it was just everything worked. Like it went my way instead of the fish.
Yeah. Well, mate, you got to get lucky sometimes.
Oh, you do.
Yeah. Well, lucky or skilled. Depends on how you want to look at it.
Oh, there, look, I've just, you can either put the hurt on them and try to get them out. But with the crab, when they hit it, they'll grab it and they're already moved away.
Yeah.
They've already got it in their mouth and they're moving away when you wind on because you leave a lot of slack out when you let it just free flow down and sit. And, he was, as soon as I wound it up, I knew he was already through. He was already around that pole.
Well, there you go, mate. There you go. Well, so based on your scores, so you ended up 100.5. So if you didn't catch that fish, it cost you, well, we'll get into the prize money later, but it would have cost you where you came.
Yeah. But, like the next one come on a very similar thing. Again, further up, I went up looking at boat holes, nothing. Just kept going towards the car park and I got to a point and just went around to the right a little bit. And it's got, like I was saying before, like the pontoon's got like timber walls up. It's like a protective screen for the boats. And that's what this other one I got. That was on my second fish come on something similar to that.
Yeah, right.
So, and that one was at 34. So, again, crab. Yeah.
Yeah, in the context of the day, a good fish.
Yeah. It was a long way. Like, wasn't like I got them consistent. It was just, the one here, an hour or so later, another one. And then, just all I was doing was just slowly going down that 2.5 metre mark and just going along pole to pole and boat, like pontoon to pontoon, just going along, hopping, chucking the crab down.
Right.
But, just stayed at that. I just kept on going down to was it Coral Bay?
Yeah. Yeah. I think up towards nearly all the way to the car park there.
Nearly up to there, yeah. So, but yeah, that was my day. There's only the 3 fish I hooked up to. I got other bites, but just nothing. They were only, all the hookups were only subtle too. They were just little taps.
Right.
So nothing grabbed it and took off.
So to clarify, you got 3 fish for your second place. Just 3 fish for the day.
Just 3 fish for the day. Yep.
Wow. How cool is that?
So, yeah, that's it. 3 fish, and that's what it takes. But yeah, just to get that first one, that was the lucky one, I think.
Yeah, well, you got that one out, but you also threw the hooks on the other one, so a bit unlucky there.
Bit unlucky, but yeah.
Oh, very good. So cranker crabs was the lure for you on the day.
Yep, that was it. Yeah, it was just the one. I stopped throwing everything else. I had other plastics and that, but yeah, didn't want it. So I just stuck with the crab.
Okay. Yeah, very good. And the olive?
Yep, olive. Yep.
In heavy or light?
It was a heavy. Olive and heavy.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, that was heavy.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, that was on a 6 to 10. Yeah, 20 info rod, that one.
Okay. And 6 pound leader all day on the crab?
Yep, 6 pound. Yep.
Yeah. Apart from the other one, the first one that you dropped, did you have any follows? Did you see any other action?
No, not really. I got 2 bycatch. One was leather jacket and a flathead. That was it.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah, and that was all on the crab. They both come on crab.
There you go. Like on another day, mate, leather jacket wins, but not today.
Yeah, not today. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Ah, very good. Very good. All right, mate. In terms of rods, mate, what were you running?
The 20 in feet, 610, and then and the in feet reel LT 2000 shallow spool.
Okay.
That's got 6 pound. Was that 5 pound braid and 6 pound leader?
6 pound leader. Okay, so tell me. So the last comp you came first in. This one you come second. But with that day at Pittwater, if you had to do it again tomorrow, what do you reckon you'd do?
I'd probably do the same thing again.
Do the same thing again. But what would you cut out? You'd have to cut something out. You got some knowledge now.
Like, there's just so much there, structure and boats, but you've got to check the boats out. If the fish are up on the boats, you can get some really good fish up there. But you got to, I don't know, you got to spend an hour or so, try and pick a place to go and say, right, and then between your start line and that point, look around, you can see Google Earth and all that, you can see what's there. So when you're on the water, you've got to check those spots and try to find some spots. Go check them.
Yeah.
And see if the fish are on it. But don't spend too much time there. Like boat holes, you don't need to spend a lot of time on them. You can always tell. If you can go up to, I was picking, there was all different boats. I tried to pick those the ones that have been sitting there with barnacles and weed all over the bottom of them. If they don't have fish, nothing's going to have fish, I find.
Yeah, it's probably a good call.
With all those barnacles and that on there, the bait fish and all that sit underneath there, and the bream are normally there feeding, or something's there feeding on them. But when you get to a boat like that, you see absolutely nothing around. And the water was crystal clear. It was clear and you could see everything around. And there's nothing there. Yeah. Don't spend too much time on it. Go to the next one. Go, keep moving till you find something, structure and a bait. Just keep chopping and changing. But I just set my rods up. I had 5 rods, 3 plastic, a hard body, and the cranker crab on.
Okay.
And then to see, the hard body was for boat holes, or if you found some sand flats or shallow rocky areas and that, you could chuck it to that as well. And just instead of chopping and changing lures, try to give yourself a few plastics and that. Well, that's what I like to do.
Yeah, okay.
And just don't sit on somewhere too long.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good plan. You've obviously given yourself a couple of options and a decent amount of waterway. It's just a matter of working through till you find out what you think is going to end up working for the day.
Yeah, and that's what the cranker crab was. I got all the bites on pretty much. So
very good. All right, mate. I reckon that's a good rundown on the fishing. What'd you get to take home for the day?
It was $400, second place.
Nice for second place. Very good. All right, mate. Last thing before we shoot off, is there anyone you want to give a shout out to or say thank you to?
No, just everyone, all the boys that run it, Craig and the boys there, and looking forward to the next one.
Very good. All right, mate. You're right up there in the AOY race. So good luck in the next one. Hopefully we get to have a chat.
Yep. Righty-o. I'll see you up there, Andy.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Okay, so up next in first place, dropping 3 fish, measuring a total of 101.5 centimetres. With me, I have Jamie Dempsey. Welcome back to the show, mate.
Hey, mate. Thanks for having me.
Mate, 2 in a row.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Who would have thought that 101.5 would be a winning bag? It's very surprising.
It is. It was predicted to be a tough arena. In the fish activity wheel, it was very low. So, mate, I'd take a metre if I got it.
Mate, I was happy with the metre, but heading back, I thought 7th. I thought 7th was maybe realistic. But then as I started talking to the boys when we were back at the weigh-in, that position just went higher and higher and higher until we got to the presentation. And, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, that was a good result. And the interesting thing was, and we'll get into this, but your biggest fish was 36.5, which was second biggest fish of the day. So given that's tip length, maybe third biggest fish. But tip length, it's not a big fish.
No, those are some Tugger Lakes numbers right there. That's very small, very small.
Exactly. Well, there you go. All right, let's get into it. So tell us, did you get a chance to get up there and have a look around before the comp?
I didn't. I'd had every intention of going up the week before, but I got a massive infection in my knee.
Oh.
Yeah, it spread right down to my ankle and halfway up my thigh. Lucky the antibiotics got that under control. But I had every intention of going down, but never got a chance.
Right. It would have been a waste of time anyway.
You're right. Yeah, no point.
Exactly. Well, maybe it would have been hard to know.
It's always fun fishing, right?
Exactly. So how did you prepare then?
Just looking at maps. Based off my success from the last round, I knew that I was going to do boats. And I mean, what better place than Pittwater to do boats? It's covered in the things.
Mm.
I sort of, looking at the maps, I was either going to go up to the front or I was going to go left and follow the coastline and head into McCar's Creek.
Okay.
So based on the conditions in the morning, with it being a little bit windy and the rain coming through, I thought, bugger, I'm not going up to the mouth. So I made my way over to McCar's Creek.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it was a rough start to the morning.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be that windy.
No.
It was a shame because of the wind and the rain, I didn't actually film anything. I was like, oh, it's going to be crap footage. But then the rest of the day actually turned out to be quite a nice day for fishing.
Yeah, this is true, except, I don't know, because some of the showers were localised, but I don't know about you, but I got hosed in the beginning of it.
I did get hosed. Lucky I bought a rain jacket.
Nice. Very good. Very good. All right. Well, look, tell us about how you went about catching your fish.
So I started making my way over to McCar's Creek. There was only maybe 2 or 3 other blokes sort of around me, all the while sort of just looking at the undersides of the boats on the way, because as I made my way there was literally boats everywhere. I was just weaving my way in between them on the way there. And I was just sort of just trying to see if I could see any feeding fish as a clue on the way. And I got about halfway there and I saw a boat that was stacked, absolutely stacked. And so I pulled up there. Unfortunately, I did spook these particular fish, but I sort of stayed in the area for another 10 minutes just to have a quick flick around the surrounding boats, see if there was any other schools sitting and feeding. And I was fortunate enough. So this was about 7:30, according to my notes, and I managed to pull a 29.
Nice.
So so it was quite nice to get an early fish, considering we pulled away at 10 to 7 or something like that.
Yeah, that's right. What'd you throw at it?
So I had my trusty Spike 44 tuned to the left, casting down the right side of all the boats and just finessing it to the sort of the center of the boat there.
Okay.
I think I was using that sort of, I forget the name, like blue Suji maybe. It's like a clearer one, something like that.
Yeah.
But I didn't stay there for too long because my goal was to get to McCar's Creek, because at that stage it was a little bit windy out in the sort of the main area. And I figured that McCar's Creek would be a little bit more sheltered as well.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's probably accurate.
Yeah.
All right, so 7:30-ish, you've got your first fish.
Correct.
Which is good given the day.
Yes. So after that, I hauled ass up to McCar's Creek, and as I predicted, it was a lot calmer. And with an outgoing tide, I sort of figured that in a creek system that was full of boats, by the way, that they'd either be sitting deep or they'd be sitting on the boats. Like there was nowhere else that they'd be sitting if they were in the creek, right?
Yeah.
And so I just started methodically working my way through the boats from sort of the mouth to probably halfway down the creek. By that stage, I changed the colour of the Spike 44 because the first sort of hour in the creek I wasn't actually getting anything and I was seeing the odd fish. And so I changed to the trusty matte prawn colour, which is always a good colour in any conditions, I think. And sure enough, I pulled a 28.5 at about 8:30.
Okay.
And probably I pulled very, very small upgrades, so 0.5 centimetre to 1 centimetre upgrades for probably every 15 minutes to half an hour for the next probably hour and a half.
Wow.
So between 8:30 and 10, I would have pulled another 5 fish, all small upgrades.
Okay. And was there any pattern on where the fish were taking it? Were they at the bow or under the keel or any ideas on?
There wasn't a pattern in terms of their position on the boat, but there was a pattern in terms of the boats that they were sitting on. So at the previous round in George's, they were on those big, wide, flat-bottom boats, right? That was where they were. But it was the complete opposite for Pittwater. They were on bigger, slightly weathered, standard sort of sailboats, like with the standard sort of underside. It was funny. The ones with heaps of growth that you would normally sort of lick your lips at as you're pulling up to, they had nothing. They were shit. But the ones with a little bit of growth, they seemed to be the ones that were producing fish.
Wow.
Yeah, and not the flat bottom ones either, which usually are my favourite.
Yeah. So with your lure, how aggressively tuned was it? Were you getting it to bang into the keel or was it just definitely making it under the hull?
No, it was, I wouldn't get it quite to the middle. So I'd sort of get it, if you drew a line down the middle, I'd sort of get it a quarter of the way underneath the hull. So before it started tapping on the bottom.
Yeah.
So anything on the middle would see it. And if I wanted to just work the edge, I'd just sort of cast a little bit wider and just pull it down the edge.
Okay. And what sort of line and leader are you running to do that?
So I only used one rod pretty much all day, and that had, I think it had 8-pound Expedition, the Daiwa Expedition, which I've only just spooled for the first time for this comp, and I love it. It's awesome. Felt really nice, flowed through the guides beautifully. And then I had the J-Thread Finesse, 5-pound leader.
Yeah, which is the pink one.
Yeah. So, 5-pound leader, which I feel confident with.
Okay. All right. So you're moving through the day. You've got multiple upgrades.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell us where it went from there.
So by this stage, I've sort of moved halfway down McCar's Creek, and I think it's about 10 o'clock. So I figured I had about 2 hours worth of fishing to work my way back to the weigh in. So I started moving my way back. I was catching fish. I think I probably caught about 10 for the day, but I didn't upgrade from 10 o'clock until I got to the very open, the mouth of McCar's Creek, where I actually pulled my best fish, which was a 36.5. Now, one thing to note about all these fish is they all went really, really hard. They were just nose straight down, and all these boats were in about 12 metres of water.
Yeah. So
they were deep boats. I think that the most shallow boat that I actually targeted would have been in about 9 metres of water, it was quite a deep creek. But all of them had nose down, and so each bite I actually thought I had a big fish.
Yeah,
They fought really, really hard, way harder than the George's Bream. The other thing that I noted was unlike George's, I didn't pull more than one fish from a boat.
Okay.
Even if they were pack hunting on the first retrieve, I didn't pull a single secondary fish off a boat.
Huh.
Yeah, no matter how many casts I put at it. So
that's very interesting.
Very clear water. So I don't know if that plays into it. They're just a little bit more spooky through there, or I don't know. Yeah, but it was interesting to know.
There you go. And the 36.5, was that your last fish for the day?
It was my last fish for the day. And that was at the mouth of McCar's Creek. So for the next hour and a half, I worked my way out of McCar's Creek and then onto sort of the main stretch of boats. Didn't even get a hit. So it was, I think, actually going to that creek was what got me the win in the end. Was
key, 100%. And especially in such a tight comp, that last upgrade obviously cinched it for you by a long way.
100%. So, yeah. I think it was myself and Jason were the only two that got over a metre.
That's right. That's right. All right. In terms of missed fish, is there any ones that you missed?
I did pull hooks on a couple, but like I said, they all fought so hard that I couldn't tell if they were big or not.
Yeah.
No fish. So of the 10 fish that I caught, the smallest was 28.5.
Yeah.
So there was no tiddlers. So, I mean, they were semi-good fish.
Yeah.
But yeah, I couldn't tell. I did lose a couple, but I couldn't tell if they were big or not.
Fair enough. Oh, as it turns out,
Didn't matter.
From big bream, it didn't make any difference. So there you go. All right. I reckon that's a pretty good rundown on what was a supremely tough day. Very tricky day. All right. In terms of rods, we've gone through the lines and leaders. What sort of rod did you use?
So the one rod that I used for the day was the Daiwa SK702 ULFS. So really, really light, thinly tapered rod, but beautiful, perfect for cranking boat holes.
Definitely.
Yeah, lovely rod to use.
100%. All right. I reckon that's a pretty good rundown. For your day's fishing up there at Pittwater, what did you get to take home for the win?
$650 straight in the account.
How good is that? And it's already in the account now.
Perfect. Yeah, that's gone straight into some more SKs, I think.
Very good. Very good. I think they're on sale at the moment.
Yeah, I think they keep getting sold out, though, all the good ones.
You're probably right. Oh, there you go. All right, mate. Look, last thing before we shoot off, is there anyone you want to give a shout out to or say thank you to?
Yep. Got to thank my wife for being so supportive of me fishing all the time. The Lynx boys, they know who they are. And I guess now Jose and Craig for running the comp. They're doing a great job. It gives us all something to do. And the barrier to entry, as I said last time, is very, very low. So it's super easy for anyone who's interested in getting into kayak fishing to have a crack.
Yeah, definitely. Without having live wells.
Yes.
Just one less complication.
Yeah. And you don't need the best kayaks. You don't need a PA 14 or 12 or Lynx or anything to compete. You can rock up in anything.
Oh, definitely. There's a lot of secondhand kayaks out there that are still well fit for purpose. And even although I have, and you're the same, I have all the beautiful gear. If you didn't have the money for it, there's a lot of gear out there that is a lot cheaper that would work very well.
Absolutely. I started the tournament in a paddle kayak, so just a little secondhand paddle kayak, and that was enough to get me hooked. So yeah, if you're listening and you want to have a crack, definitely sign up.
Oh, there you go. All right, mate. Look, thanks for coming on again, and congratulations on your win, and good luck in the next one.
All right. Thanks, Andrew. Appreciate your time, mate.
Thanks, mate. All right. So there you have it, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. Now, I'm going to tell you about my day. The weather up there was not ideal. We got hosed pretty early in the day. So I went up, and I haven't traditionally done that well out of that launch location at Bayview Park or wherever it is up there. Anyway, and also with a slightly shorter competition time than say a Hobie comp, getting up to the car park for me was not an option. So what I did is I went, all right, I'll just go around and fish the edges and travel around. Just keep looking till I find fish. I fish for a long time. I can find fish. Anyway, so I fished the whole day. I found on side scan, I'm just starting to get used to my Lowrance unit. It's absolutely amazing. I think I found 5 or 6 wrecks just out in the middle, just randomly, just be paddling along, go, there's one, and paddle over to it. I'm going to do some stuff with that later. Fish the whole day. Could not find a fish. Anyway, for this comp, you've got to be back in the line at 12:30. If you're not in the line, it's DQ. There's no 12:31 or anything like that, so you can't be late. Anyway, I'm making my way back, and I'm probably about maybe 15 minutes paddle, and it's a measurement comp, so fortunately I was able to go back to it. Anyway, I came up to this boat that had a couple of trees on the back of it. I thought, look, I'll just throw, I think it was the Baby Vibe. I actually can't remember. It's either Baby Vibe or Bivvy, but I think it was the Baby Vibe. And I'll see if there's anything on the bottom under this. So I throw out and I hook a fish, and it comes in, and I take a photo of it, and it's 11:51. So there's 40 minutes to go. I get my first fish. Then I have my next cast, and I hook another fish. 11:57. So 2 fish in the bag. No fish, no bream all day. So photo comp, you can weigh in whatever you like. It can be a 10 centimeter bream. You can weigh it in. So 11:57, second bream. Then I threw out, next cast, another fish, got another bream. So I got 3 fish in 3 casts, filled my bag, and came fourth. And I think I had one more cast after that. And I was like, it's time to go. So there you go. No fish all day, 3 fish, 3 casts, 4 place. How good is that? It just shows you that you just need to cast, keep casting. You just never know. Like sometimes you do get a flurry of fish and you never really know, I guess, whether it's going to be your first cast of the day or, the last cast. So there you go. I thought that was a cool story. All right. Thanks for listening. Like I said, I'm going to try and get another show out for Thursday this week. If not, like I've been saying for a while, I've got to double them up. I just need to do the intros and outros and send them off. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for listening. Hopefully you were informed, inspired, and entertained. If you were able to learn something or just enjoyed listening, please consider subscribing and rate us on your favourite podcasting platform.